Hi, it's the Woolista. It's been a while since I've shot a video. Let me turn down the volume on my phone. I used to take care of somebody and took care of her for about 13 years, and then I went in and found her dead. And it took me a little bit to get over that. So I think I'm getting back in my game now. Any loss takes some time to get over, and so that's where I've been, trying to get back into my game. So let me show you some projects I've been working on. If this is your first time tuning in, this is the Woolista. I have a Ravelry group. I haven't done much with it, but in time it'll grow. And you can find me on Instagram under the Woolista to catch up with projects that I do. And I'm finding that if you do one project, you just kind of do many crafts. I'm not just a knitter. I don't just crochet. Next week I'm going to be learning how to sew. It's something I've always been wanting to do, is learn how to sew. Just simple things, like I want to learn how to take my shirts in that are, too big here, too big there. I want to make my own pants and shorts, just, fool around with some stuff. And me and my girlfriend went to the Ohio's biggest fabric store last weekend, I think it was, for a road trip and catch up. And one second, I'm gonna jump off and grab the fabric that I bought. Sorry about that. I thought I had everything ready, but I haven't shot a video in a while, and I did not have everything ready. Anyway, went to this store in Millersburg, Ohio, and had a exquisite lunch at an Amish food store called Dare Dutchman. It was really good. The buffet was like Thanksgiving dinner. There was 2 huge lines of, the salad bar, and then the other salad bar was nothing but Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, it was mashed potatoes, gravy, the stuffing was unbelievable. Chicken, turkey, beef. It was nuts. It's over $15. Like, you rolled yourself out of there. Oh, and so this is the fabric I bought. I'm going to put pictures of it on Ravelry under today's thread on the episode. But it's so cute. It's Mickey and Minnie. And it's kind of like I don't know if you can tell it on, whoop, go this way. But it's just Mickey and Minnie, grabbing each other and a big old hug. And I don't know if you can tell the colors, but on the sides, it's kind of like a dark rust, which I really like that color, and I really liked how it went with the gray. How the gray and the dark rust went. So, this is going to take me a while, so don't expect that project to come by quickly, because I just don't know how to sew, but I'm going to learn. That's a panel. And then on the side of it, I'm going to put this right here. So that's going to butt up against this, which I think is going to... I had some help. The guy that works at the fabric store is just fantastic in picking out things that go well together. So that's going to give it that pop. Then I'm going to bring it back down here a little bit and more match this right here, the side. And the back, I'm going to do a solid gray, just like her skirt. And then for fun, I thought I would do a couple throw pillows in, or one or whatever. I think that'll look good together. And it'll be fun, and I need a ensemble for my spare bedroom anyway. So I thought that would be a really cool summer quilt and fabric to throw on there. And I'm a button freak, so of course I picked up some buttons. Some really cute ones. These have like a maiden's face on the inside of them. right here. And these ones have some white, which are just some kind of cool buttons. I love buttons. Oh, but they had these two baskets. It's too huge. This one is just a normal, like, kind of cool thing. Two huge bins of just nothing but thrown in buttons. And I was like, my ADD went like through the roof. I wanted to sit there and just organize them all. I had to walk away. I was like, whoa, this is like too overwhelming. And so that was that, and that trip. So fun there. I got some gray thread. I'm hoping this will match to do the quilt in. I don't want to go crazy and do tons of quilts or nothing like that. I really liked that fabric, and the panels make it easy because it's a big piece to work off instead of lots of pieces, because we know where my passion is, and it's with wool. So that's where I spend most of my time in my crafts. Speaking of wool, I need to get some plying done this week because all my bobbins are full, and all of my spare bobbins, the ones that you put stuff onto, I don't know what these call, the plastic ones until you're ready to apply, they're all full. So I have this mystery wool here that I had spun up, and I think these three are going to look good together, plied. And I don't know how much yardage it'll give me, but we shall see what that turns into. That's kind of like a little mystery there. And then I pulled out some Romney that I had spun up years ago that I've been sitting on, waiting to be plied. Some Romney wool. It's a nice feel. Oh gosh, I wouldn't mind getting some more of that and spinning it. But that's where that is. I've got a big alpaca fleece that I am working on in my garage. I picked it up from K&J Farms in Geneva. That it needs washed, and then I've got to get it ready to process and spin. Let me show you where, let's stay on wool for a minute and get those out of the way. I started the Shave 'em to Save 'em project that's going on across the country, and what it's doing is bringing interest to rare breeds that are out there, and the breeders that are the farmers, breeders that are taking care of them. What it does is you sign up for and you get a passport. Inside this passport, you have a page for each different type of rare breed. All of these are like endangered. And this is run through the Livestock Conservancy to just get it out there. It's a 3-year project, so you have 22 different rare breeds. I think I can show you this right here. And so you contact these shepherdess, and you buy their wool. 4 ounces is all you're required to buy. Then you can buy it already spun, already dyed, but you have to bring it home, process it, knit it, and make something with it. And then you put it in your book, and you send pictures of it. There's a Ravelry group. There is a Facebook page on it. But anyway, so if you are interested in that, go to the Livestock Conservancy website and click on the Shave 'em to Save 'em, and then you can read all about it. But I really like the project and how it's bringing interest to these rare wools that are out there. This is one of my first purchases. It's the Gulf Coast Native, and they send you a little sticker to put in with your book and your project. Oh, I love wool. So this is already ready to spin. So that's what I'm going to do to it next. I don't want to go into all the different steps in processing wool today. I just want to kind of catch up today and show you where I'm at on things, and then get back into podcasting. This is the second one the second one I purchased, and it is from Allen Creek Farms in Wisconsin. Traditional 1927, and then the R is circled, Shetland, which I've been trying to look it up. The R means that it's registered, but I don't know how they get registered. I guess they're sheep, but this is Shetland. It's so soft, so soft, and it is in roving and ready to spin. So I will be spinning that into yarn. I've already started spinning it, but that would have to be a different job. It's on my wheel over there, and I'm not moving it. But you can always catch up with where I'm at on my projects if you go to my Ravelry and friend me. Then you can see my projects and where I'm at, what I do, because I also have charity items that I do throughout the year. Scarves, hats, mittens, all kinds of stuff like that, and they're usually gone before I can podcast, so I always take pictures and load them up onto there. I also, since my last podcast, bought some faux cashmere, 4 ounces, in the colorway We're All Mad Here, from my friend Spin Me a Yarn. And this is roving, ready to spin. The faux cashmere is so soft, and she puts a little stitch marker with her things, with her sales. Oh my goodness. And she's on Etsy, so look her up and see. And she's also part of the Shave 'em to Save 'em, where she's selling. So that is, oh, look at the colors. Can you see all those colors in there? That's going to be cool. I can't wait to see what that turns into. Again, there's going to be lots of pictures on Ravelry. I take pictures of my process as I go and whatever I'm making, and I put it there. Another purchase I made, we went to a new store in, it's called Around the Table Yarns. Shaker, I believe it's in. Shaker Heights. That sounds right. This is, and I picked this up. It is superwash merino and nylon. It's sock yarn. It's called a Knitted Wit. But I like those colors. And those are dark. I'm not sure if I'm going to make socks out of them. It takes me a while to make socks. Socks are a little tedious. Oh, I also forgot to show you this that I had spun up since our last show. I try to throw things in a basket, and since our last show, and so I know what to talk about whenever I'm on the show, because I do mine off the cuff. I don't do any editing, so if I say something that offends somebody, just stop watching me, go to another podcast. I'm not going to sit there and politically edit out anything that I have to say. I'm not one of those. I'm just going to off the cuff do my podcast, and hate me or love me. That's kind of how I am. So, this is some brown gray top that I spun, and it is yak. Some yak top. So I just got done spinning that. I might go buy another 4 ounces of that, just because I wasn't thinking to split it up beforehand. Look at that. That turned out really, really nice. That ply. I wasn't thinking to split it beforehand, so I would have 2 bobbins to ply together. No, I just put it all on 1 bobbin, just because I was messing with it to try it out. And I'm like, I don't want to have to sort this out to ply it. I'm just going to go buy another 4 ounces and spin it up and then put it together. So speaking of socks, this is where I'm at on Katrina's socks. I'm doing 2 at a time, toe up. I'm kind of stuck at the moment. These are close, well, getting there. These are close to where I'm going to put a heel in. And I don't know which heel I'm doing, so that's why these have been taking so long. I've got to buckle down and look up which heel I'm going to do. But this was off of a sock blank. And all these pictures are on Ravelry under my projects. So just friend me on Ravelry and you can see all my projects. This was from the Game of Thrones. A dragon is not a slave. And I bought it in SSK when I went on that retreat with my girlfriend. And I might have who I bought it from on Ravelry. I don't remember, actually. I think that was before I started really keeping track of my projects and who I bought them from and stuff like that in case somebody else wanted to get some. Now I really keep track of everything. Also to help me remember because, you know, getting older. And if I don't write it down and keep track of it, I may not remember. And because I do so many different projects, it's very easy to be like, oh, I thought I got that there. And then I'll be like, no, 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 that's not what I did. But you know how it goes. So this I'm getting ready to cast on. That shawl, the red shawl. Upriver by Fog Bound Knits. This is what it's going to be. I put it in its bag and I'm ready to cast that on. I think this week I'm going to cast it on. I'm trying to, like crazy, get 2 sweaters done before I go to Alaska. Alaska, going in, I don't know, 40 days or something like that. I'd have to look at a calendar. So, that brings us to Owl Sweater. And it is very close to being done. I'm here on the neck. I put on the larger needles because you do smaller needles for some ribbing. And then you go to larger needles so that it's not a tight fit around your neck. And this is all garter up at the top and then it goes down into the sleeve. This has not been blocked yet. See if that's a better picture right there. So this one is very close to being done. I do have to do the seams up the side yet. But I'm really liking it. Like I might end up casting on one for me. But I did learn a lot working that sweater. It's the first one I've made for somebody else, so it taught me a lot about measurements, and I did a lot of frogging and ripping back because I went too far, and then I'm like, oh, because I measured the arms, and then I went to try it on him, and I'm like, why is this going like way too far? Well, because it has a dropped shoulder. It doesn't start way up here, it's a dropped shoulder, so I knitted a couple 2 inches too long because I went with my measurements from where it would start up here. But anyway, yes, I've been learning a lot about measurements in these sweaters, so which is good. Learning is always good. I'm hope to keep learning the rest of my life. I like knowledge. I like to continually grow in my projects. This is my stroll. I kind of pinned it to the hanger so you can kind of see what's going on because we pick up the neck later when I'm done. But look at this eyelet edge that's going on here. It's turning out beautifully. I'm very happy with it. The yarn is insane. I've showed the yarn on here before. I don't have it with me to show again. But I only have my one skein with me right at the moment. The other yarn's in the other room. It's just the softest, most, oh my god, I love it. I love real wool. And here's the back. I'm really liking this sweater. I'm loving the color. It's going to go with many, many different things. And I'm warm lately. I'm a woman, I'm getting older, and I'm like warm all the time, and then I'm cold. And so I'm thinking for myself that undershirts and cardigans are the way to go for me for most days, because I'm like hot, you know, take it off, put it back on. I'm thinking cardigans are my friend. I'm thinking. Also, that I'm doing this year is a dishcloth washcloth challenge, where you do a washcloth or dishcloth once a week for the whole entire year. That way you can vamp up your stock and, you know, give them away for gifts if you want, which I've given a few away so far. But I want to show you a few that I've made here. So for St. Patrick's Day, I made a shamrock dishcloth. Oh, it's that upside down. Yeah, I'm totally upside down. I made a shamrock one. I did block it because binding with the cotton yarn, I really like it. I'm setting the color and blocking it. A few of them ran really bad, the colors, which is common with cotton yarn. I'm trying to put scrubby stuff in different places and try different patterns out. I'm just kind of making it up and throwing a little scrubby in there, here and there. Oh, my hair, off topic, but it's getting long. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, do I just cut it or just figure out how to get it out of my face all the time? So here's another one. This one has not been blocked yet, so it's kind of wonky around the edges, but I will be blocking that. And I'm taking some water, vinegar, and Epsom salt, mixing it together, and that's what I'm using to keep the dye in, color the colors in so they don't bleed. And these are a couple more that I've been messing around with, some patterns, scrubby in the middle and crocheting them around the edges. This one's nice because it's got a thicker base, but I am trying to this week cut this in half so it won't be as thick. But I don't know if I like the thicker or the thinner better, because you want that like little scrubby part in the middle, and then, you know, the outside to do your wiping. This is another one that I made. And I made a few more dishcloths, but they've already left the house. People took them. So that's where I'm at there. I think I've made 13 so far this year. And pictures of all of them are on Ravelry again in my projects. Last week I went to pick up a bridesmaid's dress from a wedding that I'm going to be in this year. And down the street is the Half Price bookstore. Love the Half Price bookstore. I really wish they would not have taken it out of Menor. But they did. So anytime I'm in that area, I try to jump over there in Mayfield and go to that store. Because you can get fabulous finds for I think I bought the whole Godfather set for